Hey there, CJ Math students. So here is homework 2.20, multiplying and dividing integers. It's a practice homework. It's also a riddle. Now, I haven't given you a ton of space to show work, but I do want to have you try to do your best to show work and definitely label the types of problems. So for adding and subtracting, and yes, I want you to write this down, your options are SSAK and DSSM, and then if you subtract, you want to turn in those subtraction problems to SSAK or DSSM by using KCC. For multiplying or dividing, your options are same signs positive or DSN, different signs negative. So I want to see this on every problem. So it says do any exercise below, find your answer in the answer column, and then that letter of the box goes in the box that contains the number of the answer. So basically you're going to put all your answers on the back here. So let's try and do letter T. So negative 15 plus 7, that is a DSSM, different sign subtract, right? I have more negatives, so 15 minus 7 is 8, negative 8. So I'm looking for negative 8. It says right there 13, so I'm going to say, hey, that was letter T. And then on 13 on the back side, I'm going to put T. Sorry for flipping back and forth, but I wanted to make this as straightforward as possible. So for A, first I have a subtraction problem, so I must do KCC first. That turns that into plus a positive, so now this is an easy SSAK, same signs, add and keep. So that's just 21 plus 8, which is 29. I'm looking for 29, it's 5. Your answer is A, right? So if for some reason you're doing these letters and you don't see the answer here, that means you've messed up. So on 5, I want to put A. All right. Let's go again. 3 times negative 9. That's different signs negative, right? You got to use your multiplication rules because when you have parentheses next to each other, that's another way for you to say multiplication. That is not 3 minus 9, that's 3 times negative 9. So different signs negative, that is a negative 27. So look for negative 27, that's 32. Say, hey, that's D. On 32, you want to put the letter D. All right, negative 24 divided by 4. Again, that's different signs negative, right? Using our multiplication and division rules. There's only one negative, so my answer is negative 24 divided by 4, 6, negative 6. So you want to put on 25, H. 25, you want to put the letter H. All right, so those are pretty straightforward problems. Let's go over to the other side where they get a little bit more tricky. So on the other side, you have some parentheses. Usually they want you to do those order of operations. You do those problems first. So you're going to have to do a couple of things. So on letter T, for example, you have a DSN division problem that they want you to do first, which is negative 5, and then negative 5 plus 14. A negative 5 plus 14 then becomes a DSSM, different sign subtract. So 14 minus 5 is 9. And it's positive 9 because you had more positives. So you're looking for 9 on this side, it's right there, so you put a T. So on 30, you want to put T. And let's go another one. So 10 plus negative 5, parentheses says do this first, so it says SSAK, right? That's negative 15, same signs, add, keep. But then that negative 15 gets multiplied by a negative 2. And notice those are same signs. So that's an SSP, same signs, positive. So your 15 times 2 is a positive 30. So that's letter E. So notice how you have to really be able to switch back and forth through your addition, subtraction, multiplication, division rules. Now, I got sidetracked. You want to put E on number 7. E on number 7. So let's look at H. First, again, I see a minus sign, so it's got to be plus a negative in this case. So they say do the parentheses first. So that's negative 3 plus negative 4. That's same signs, add, keep. I'm doing my best to try and keep my work nice and organized. But that's negative 7 divided by 7. And that's different signs negative, so that's negative 1. is your answer. So this ended up being a DSN after I did the parentheses. So -1, I'm looking for it, there it is, H. So on on number 2, I want to put H. Right, let's do another one. So parentheses says do -9 times 6 first. Those are different signs, negative, so that's -54. Then plus a -4, and that's same signs, add, keep, so that's -58. Same signs, add them up, and keep the sign. So that is letter D. So on 12, you put the letter D. All right, let's do another one. -30 minus -22. Got a KCC. Keep, change, change. So -30 plus +22. Those are different signs. Subtract more, right? So again, got to flip back and forth between these rules. Got to understand what you're doing. So that is a -8 because 30 minus 22 is 8, but you had more negatives. So then -8 times 6, that's a different signs negative, DSN, because you have different signs and you're multiplying. That dot means multiplication, so different signs negative, that is -48. So looking for -48, it's right there. So on 21, you want to put O. Alright, let's flip over, let's do I real quick. So this right off the bat is SSAK, same signs, add, keep, that's -25, because you just add them up and keep the sign. And then you want to take -25 and you want to multiply by -4. Remember, parentheses right next to each other means multiply. So that is same signs positive, SSP, and that is 100, right? 4 quarters basically. So on 34, you want to put I, 34, I, right? Let's do one more. Let's do letter E. So keep, change, change. So that right there is just 28 plus 10, which we know is 38. And 38 minus 7, you could do 38 minus 7 is 31, or you could say plus -7 and say, hey, that's different sign, subtract more. You're still going to get 31. So on E, I want to put E on 31. All right, let's flip over the back side and do some of these. So -6 plus 17, that's different sign, subtract more. So 17 minus 6 is 11, and it stays positive 11 because there are more positives. And then 11 minus 20, then you have to do KCC, keep, change, change. So that becomes 11 plus -20. So your answer is -9. It's -9 because you do 20 minus 11, that's 9, and then you have more negatives, so you keep it. So you're looking for +9 here, -9 here, and that's E. So on 16 you put E. 16, you put E. All right. Group down to A. -64 divided by 2 and then divided by -2. So -64 cut in half, right? If you had $64 and you wanted to cut it in half, well, first of all, they're different signs, so I'm going to be negative. So that's 32. And then divide -32 divided by -2. So those are same signs. So same signs positive now. And take $32, cut that in half, that's positive 16. So 19, you put A. The beautiful thing about this riddle, guys, is if for some reason you get a wrong answer, you know, because none of those letters are going to match up with these problems, right? On B, you have to keep, change, change. So -5 plus a +6. That starts off as DSSM, different signs, subtract more. So 6 minus 5 is 1. And then 1 times -87, it ends as a DSN, different signs negative. You get -87, right? So that's, put the letter B on, oops, sorry. Put the letter B on 6. So letter B on 6. All right, we'll do one more together. Let's do this last one. -8 times -8. Well, that's same signs positive to start, so that's 64. And then it says 64 minus a -8. So then you have to keep, change, change. So it turns into 64 plus 8. And 64 plus 8, well, 64 plus 6 is 70, so plus 2 more, positive 72. So on 15, you'll put the letter T. So you need to show work, you need to label problems just like I've done, especially over here. You need to label the letters for everything because then you'll actually know if you've made a mistake, you know, what to mess up, what to go back and try and fix on. Be aware for KCC. You do not need to KCC when you see a plus sign. Here, obviously, you need to keep, change, change. Here, you need to keep, change, change. Right? You don't need to KCC for any multiplication or division, right? So this one is just same signs positive, same signs positive. 7 times 11, 77. So you put an N on 22, right? So be aware of that stuff. Be aware of flipping back and forth between multiplication, division rules, and addition and subtraction rules. Really almost kind of talk to yourself in your head as you do it to keep on track. This does require some thinking. It's pretty tricky. Give me a call if you have any questions.